2, and a 1. Bing, bing, we're live. It's the Martin Fowler Scrum on a Tuesday. Hey! We have myself and Sigu and Nico and Musa and Michael and Crofty. Michael, you were in first. Anything to report to us?
Not right now, no.
All right. Any plans you want to share?
For today, probably not a lot with AV, but yeah, that's all.
All right. Short and sweet. Let's go on to Sigu. Hey, Sigu, how are things going with you?
Okay, so for today, I'm just pulling down the list that I had written before. So for today, what I worked on was we did some code wars. So we have a target of doing code wars every day and trying to improve our points and knowledge and understanding of the code that you normally write. So we plan to do that every day, and we did that. I also learned that class methods are actually singleton methods on the class object. So it was a bit confusing. The chicken and the egg scenario where you need the object to create a class and you need a class to have the object. And a class is an object and the object is a class and the object is also an object. So it was it was a bit mind-blowing. Yeah, going through that. And at least I understood it. The only way to understand it was by assuming so many things. Assuming that all has been handled for you, just take it as it is. All right, what else did I do? Nothing really. So later on in the day, at around 1 UTC, I'll be having a call from a Google representative on they want to do a training in Kenya, I think. So they're looking for some candidates to help them out. So I'll be having a 30-minute call with them. Yeah.
Super exciting.
Yeah. I'm more excited than you, by the way. I just don't know how to show it. Yeah. So what else? Some client work. I'm going to finish up on that. No blockers, actually.
All right. Great stuff. Thanks.
Oh, yeah.
Go on, Sigu.
Just before that, I wanted to do some ES6, and I didn't know if anyone has some other good sources on where I can read about ES6, purely ES6.
All right. So good sources for ES6. Sigu, on the lookout. All right. Great show. I think next in was Nico. Hey, Nico, how are you doing?
Hey there. Nice. I've been working on website 1. What I did for the test to pass, the problem was that we were overriding the not the test, the coverage. The coverage that we were getting, it was like 4%, and that was the second try that we were doing. So what I did was to remove the second try and just try like a normal thing, like Cucumber running, and they were able to. Simple code was able to collect all the coverage. So I still don't know why the second try is overriding, but if we don't have it, it is working. So
right,
I don't know. And with the auto graders, I can get the Cucumber test to work, but I don't know if it's something that I'm missing, because even just with master running, like cloning the repository and just having it there is not working. So I don't know. I will need some guidance with that.
Sure. Okay. All right. So we have a bit of a blocker there. Any other plans you want to share with us today?
I will be working on the upgrades for the autograders repositories. So yep, I will be working on that.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Thank you, Nico. Going on, we had, I think, Musa was it next. Hey, Musa, how are things going with you?
Hi, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you fine. Go right ahead.
Okay. Today, most of the things Sigal said, what we've been doing since morning. But I've been working on an issue on the local support project. I picked an issue on support for recurring events, and I'm working on it today. I managed to add a gem called recurring select. I migrated to add a column for that, and right now you can display the number of days on which the event is recurring. The only thing that's not is still displaying in an hash. So I'm working on that. So I'm still continuing that.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, so that's what I'm working on right now.
Great. No blockers?
For now, no blockers.
All right, good stuff. Thanks, Musa. Going on to Crafty. Hey, Crafty, how are things with you?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you fine, loud and clear. Go right ahead.
Yeah, okay. So today, I actually told you yesterday that I was learning how to do tests in Python. I continue to do it today. At least I've made progress on that. And I started working on putting the interpreter on the site, getting resources to read and all that, though I'm not yet through. And also, we were creating freelance accounts for a group as we are. I was working on that, though I'm not yet through. I've only created for one site, just written the content, but not yet posted it yet officially. So I wanted to write another blog. I wrote the other one. I don't know if you saw the link. I shared it on
TikTok?
TikTok. Yeah, TikTok.
Yay, blogs.
Yeah, so yeah, the code on the blog on Code Mentor was #2 trending last week.
Yay.
The one on classes on Python. Yeah.
Cool.
So for blockers, time is really short.
Mm-hmm.
In Africa, I don't know if it's short on your side. Yeah, that's my report.
All right, thanks, Crafty. Good stuff. Yeah, good. Really like your blog. Gertie, how are things going with you?
Hi, guys.
Hi there.
Yeah.
Hi. So for today, I was working on my. Can you hear me?
We can hear you just
Yes.
fine. Go right ahead.
All right. I was working on my new issue, the how a super admin can actually give admin powers to an individual user. I've just started on it. Haven't done much on it. Maybe just created the button for it, and I'm still working on the methods. I fixed my issue on volunteer ops, although it has some redundant code of which I need to fix. And yeah, that's just about it. Then I'll be done with that issue.
Right.
What else? I did some code wars today that were actually interesting for me. I read on Ruby classes and objects, just like Sigu was talking about. They are really mind-blowing, actually, when you start talking about how a class belongs to the class module, and module belongs to object, and object, basic object. So it was just confusing at some point, but I actually got around it.
Oh, good.
So far, no blockers.
All right. Great stuff.
Yeah.
Thanks for the report, Gertie. Excellent. Wonderful. I just wanted to say that to Gertie and Musa, it's great that you're taking tickets from local support. One thing I'd recommend is before you do start on a ticket, is do post in the local support channel just to say that you're planning to start working on a ticket, because sometimes there's just, you know, other, there's other information that we can give to sort of help you with the ticket and so on. Does that make sense?
Yes, for sure.
Yeah. So it's not like you're asking permission particularly. It's just more if you post the link. I'm not showing my screen. I was just trying to show you where, and say, you know, to like at here, and particularly maybe to me like at Tansaku, and just say, oh yeah, I'm thinking of working on this. Then, like sometimes there may be like silly stuff that we forgot to put in the ticket that we should tell you that will make it easier for you. We just don't want you to get stuck on, you know, tricky stuff. So if you you know, kind of share that you're planning to start on something, that's, I think, great for everybody.
Yeah, that's great.
Okay.
All right. Great stuff. Excellent. Yeah, I got to try and get and review everybody's pull requests. So what's, yeah, I think that leaves, I think we've done everybody. I don't think I missed anybody. Me this morning. Okay, so I put a pull request in website 1 for a new README that I hope to get a new, like, more friendly README for website 1 out. Working on a couple of bugs for the Anthony Powell Society database. Oh, Microsoft, oh, Microsoft, oh, Microsoft. It's an Access database. When will I ever be finished with it? Couldn't replicate the bug. We're looking into that. Then I had I'd set up for a pairing session, but the pair didn't join me. But yeah, I was working on Met Plus and trying to set up a staging server for Met Plus. I've documented that process. Haven't finished it yet, but we're trying to work towards getting HTTPS secure connection set up for Met Plus with a client meeting. Met Plus 3 p.m. UTC on Thursday. Yeah, so that's all the stuff I was doing. What have we got coming up? I've got 2 phone meetings with the NHS people today. That's about the wiki paid project. Hopefully they'll offer us some more money for the next year. That would be great. What is this? Tuesday, the RSpec mob is coming up. That's a good one. They've switched over to a book by Noel Rappin, which is about testing for Rails in general. It's a great book, great mob. I think that's it actually for Tuesday. We're a bit light on that. I've got at least 2 different paid projects, sort of tenders to review and proposals to write. So there's a lot of that. I guess the only other thing to mention is, yeah, if anybody is interested, I sort of asked in the Mentors channel, which Michael and Sigu are in. But so there's this idea of a crossover between us, Agile Ventures, and edX, where we provide more of these premium mobs for edX, different edX courses. And Amando was asking, are there other edX courses that we would be interested in supporting? And this is particularly to Michael and Sigu, but to anybody, if there are courses that are on edX that you think are particularly like and somehow match what we do in Agile Ventures, so anything to do with computer science and programming and so on. If anybody has suggestions of courses that they would, are thinking, oh yes, I was going to take that course on edX, but what I really want is like an Agile Ventures mentor to help me through it. If there are any of those kinds of courses, like we've got here, web app development with the power of Node.js, just let me know if there are any courses on edX that you're excited about that kind of are in our area, and maybe we can suggest them to Armando as something that we will, get a crossover with Agile Ventures to provide a mob for.
They have to be from a particular university?
No, any course at all. Any course that you like the look of, that you think it would be, Agile Ventures would have fun supporting. I'm all ears.
There's that one course.
Sorry, Michael, you've gone very faint.
Hello?
Say again.
There's a course from MIT that runs once or twice a year that I took called Analytics Edge.
Analytics Edge. Oh yeah.
It's basic machine learning analytics in R.
Oh yeah. Cool.
It's kind of an overview of everything.
And you'd be maybe interested in
I've taken it before.
Right, and then you think it's a good course and it would be fun and it'd be fun to support as a mob.
I think it would, and I think it would also maybe grow the community around data mining and Agile Ventures.
Oh, right. Nice one. Excellent.
Learn more, because this kind of introduces you to a lot of the methods.
Wonderful. Yeah. So, well, apologies for bringing that up at the end. I think we have finished the Scrum. If people need to leave, then of course, feel free. Great to have those suggestions coming in. Thanks, Nico. It sounded like the only blockers we had were for Nico. So I think Scrum over now, and maybe Nico, I can give you a little hand with that. So it's like you're working on the Ruby intro assignment, trying to upgrade that. Yeah. So obviously, everyone feel free to stick around while Nico and I look at that. But otherwise, have a great day. Yeah. Let's jump to that. So this is, as it happens, the course that we're talking about here is the course that we've been involved in for quite a long time, which is the Agile Development Using Ruby on Rails course on edX that many people will be familiar with. And so we have a number of different programming assignments that people do through this course. And Nico is demonstrating that he is an upgrader extraordinaire, upgraded extraordinary things all over the place. And then I was thinking, hey, there's all this stuff that we need upgrading in the in that course. So maybe he can help. So the first one you were looking at is this Ruby intro
Yeah, I
upgrade.
did a pull request there with an
Right.
upgrade.
So you've got a pull request there for the now. So the other thing that you're looking at is that we've got this, and these are private repos that contain the solutions.
Yep.
But and I think you've started kind of looking in here and like running these check.sh and
no.
or the features.
The check.sh is working.
But
the others, if I run vandalize exec,
yeah. So the Cucumber stuff here is not really supported explicitly. Like I think I'm not certain. Back in the day, there was this is like 3 years ago. There was myself and a guy called Paul who was got very involved, and we were trying to wrap the old version of the autograders in kind of like its extensive checking things that would check everything worked properly and what have you. And I believe that we created these. Let's have a look at if we look at the commit logs on this. Can we see? Oh, I didn't even know. Oh, right. Yeah, then that's the. Is that for that feature? We click blame on there. Let's see who added that. Yeah, that's all me, I guess. But yeah, basically at the moment we don't run these. And what's happened, and we should maybe remove them and delete them. What's happened is there's a separate repo which contains the kind of the autograder system itself, and that has tests that you know, and they're kind of all included in here. And it's a bit of a, I mean, this is in terms of when we're developing the grader itself, we tend to run these feature tests in here. But these, so for example, like it's got autograde simple RSpec assignment. So this is checking that, yeah, like I think this will be like the Ruby intro or whatever have you assignment, but maybe not. You know, to be honest, it's not rigorously checked. And like there were successive waves of different groups of UC Berkeley TAs who like restructured the grader and then introduced new testing frameworks, and oh my goodness. So I would say that the in terms of like testing the pull request here, so you've got the Ruby version. It's I guess what is the so you've updated there with the RSpec.
You'll have a couple changes. Ones are related to Robocop fixes only, and the others to the upgrade to Ruby to
that's good. And so I guess then we have, I guess it becomes more complicated to because if we go to this, I mean the thing that kind of needs to be updated here is there's two things. One, there's looking at the solutions and checking that the solutions still work with the upgraded specs. And
I did it, and it's working.
And you did that. You sort of ran that locally.
Yeah. I mean, what I did was copy paste and try.
Right.
So it was working.
And then we have these specs, which are the sort of autograder ones, and I guess will these ones have to be updated to Ruby 2.4 as well? I guess maybe I was hoping in my mind, I was thinking, oh yes, this might be a simple question of just upgrading these individual repos, but of the separate homeworks. I wonder if overall it ends up meaning that we have to upgrade the entire grader to Ruby 2.4, which is a different matter. That's this repo.
Okay.
So that's something another. And this one, what's it locked to at the moment? Yeah, it's on Ruby 2.2.2.
I can upgrade that one too. Doesn't matter.
Yeah. This one, by the way, this is a kind of a monster one. I mean, you know, like I've been impressed with you upgrading website 1 to Rails 5. If you can do the same thing with the autograders, I will go woo. You know, we'll have to like get you a crown of upgrading kingness or something. Okay. This is a whole crazy kettle of fish. But I have to think.
Is website 1 on Rails 5 yet, or
it's not on Rails 5 yet? But Nico has a green pull request that would upgrade it to website to Rails 5.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was to ask why, what you're still waiting for.
Well, I think let's go and have a look at it. Updated Rails 5. I think the only thing was like the coverage issue, and we now. So now that I've switched that off, are we okay? Like basically this. So CodeClimate telling us all good. That includes the coverage now, Nico.
Yeah, but it won't be displayed until we merge it because Semaphore CI will only push the changes to CodeClimate if we are doing it with a repository that is set up there. So
okay, so we got to do a merge first before it changes. But so and we've tried to unhook coveralls. I mean, I guess maybe if I update the branch here, that might remove the coveralls.
Maybe I have tried pushing some changes that were just
minimal ones. Yeah,
like the readme there.
Right. But it was only this morning that I switched off coveralls. So maybe if I update the branch now, because I think it's worth. So in answer to Sigu's question, we were just playing around with, because according to coveralls, the coverage was dropping by like. I mean, I think Nico worked out that part of the reason we've been having trouble with the coverage is in order to deal with our intermittently failing JavaScript tests, we have this, what's it called? We have this second try operation that runs, and so that only runs the test that failed, but then so the coverage is being calculated from the second try rather than the first try. That's what you kind of worked out, wasn't it, Nico? I mean, in some ways, what we want to do is make sure that somehow configure the second try so that it doesn't send coverage data, but that may be a separate issue. I think we know that the coverage is not changing significantly. I guess another outstanding thing is I'm reviewing this pull request for Nico, and there was like a couple of things that he wanted me to, or at least one, like to check about this, that, and the other. But pending my review, potentially we'll have this merged by the end of the week, and hopefully we can get the main system on Rails 5 by next week. So that's the status there.
And then Rails 5.2 comes out, and we start to upgrade to Rails 5.2 again.
Yeah. It's, we can spend the rest of our lives upgrading to different versions. I mean, what would be lovely would be this. If Rails 5 gave us a boost in performance, we will see. I'm not sure what short-term benefits that we will get from it, other than just being able to say that we're on Rails 5.
I think that the boost in performance, we will get it with upgrading to Ruby 2.5. And with Rails 6, we are going to get a boost in performance.
All right.
We're going to be on Rails 5.1 or what?
5.15, I think, is that what it's? Yeah.
Is that the latest version?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. They haven't done 5.2 yet? I mean, it feels like Rails 5 has been out for a long time.
Yes.
There we go. Anyhow, all sorts of fun going on there. Good show. Well, I think that's the Scrum, and that's the after Scrum. I better get on and get ready for my call with the NHS folks. Great to see everybody. Have a wonderful, wonderful day, and I'll catch up with you during the course of it.
Cool. All right, bye.
Bye for now. Do feel free to hang out here and look for pair partners if you want to. Just because I leave doesn't mean you have to go. Michael's already gone, but all right. See you soon. Bye for now.